In this episode, I want to give you a breather from the camera calibration and solve maybe a little bit a problem that we all have when we have, for example, a scene like that, or a landscape, or really, really huge, and no cubes inside, no rectangles, nothing where we can put our grids on. So I thought, what happens if I want to place an object in the garden, maybe here or somewhere else? And I have created a little device. You find this here. And I call it my pocket calibrator. Okay, I made it up just right now. But the truth is, it's exactly what it is. It's 3 golf balls that I got for $1 each. 3. I drilled holes into it and I put a rope into it. That's pretty much all what I need to create a 5-foot cube into the garden. So I have finally a huge cube here sitting in the garden, and you get maybe already the idea what I have in mind here. So this cube here is huge, and that should be sufficient to get some kind of calibration. Of course, it needs to be very precise, and when the wind is going, it's maybe a little bit different. But to create a cube like this, it's maybe very simple when you have exactly this little device for a few pennies or dollars. What is maybe a little bit more expensive if the ground is not flat, then I have here just a little laser. And this little laser has little buttons here, so you can get this really nicely adjusted. So I pull this here a little bit more into the picture, even bigger and bigger. So now we can see it. I think I paid $30 for that. You have here some levelers in the top, and then you have screws to get this up and down. And then it sends out a laser, and that is pretty much a flat line. Here's another picture from that laser, very close, so you can see really what's going on. And this laser should go then always in the middle of that ball, and that means you can have something very leveled, very much in X, Y, and Z axis, even if the floor is not straight and everything else is just organic, so to say. Works very nicely. So a little overview. What I have used, my rope with the 3 golf balls, which I explain in a second. Then just some metal parts where I can put them down where I think I have my square on the floor, and a little helper rope if needed is very useful here, of course. This goes maybe all in one pocket, but maybe not a laser. Anyway, it's a nice toy, but don't look into it. It's not very nice to the eyes. Don't even try this. And so what I have in mind here, I will go to my green board, my chalkboard, and explain the mathematics behind. It's pretty simple. The idea was, of course, that we create on the floor, and I put this in a perspective, 4 points that create finally a square. And this square is then marked with these metal rings, or we can use even plastic forks or whatever is just reachable. And with the laser, we have then also an option to say this is here, and when the floor is not really straight, it's there, and so on. And then we take our rope with 1 golf ball, the rope here, and hold it exactly there where the laser hits the lower one. And so this should be straight. We take an image from a tripod, then we move the golf balls with the rope to this position, make an image, do this here, make an image, and we create an image here. So then we have in 4 pictures 8 golf balls. We can overlay these to each other, and then we get something like this. And as we have used these golf balls with a rope to construct all of that, we get a cube that has 5 feet in this case as the edge length. And this is maybe a very bad drawing here, but I try to draw this while the green screen capture software is working against the performance of that CPU. Anyway, so this cube here needs to be constructed. That means we start with the lower area here, and that means the whole mathematic behind is we want to have a 5-foot cube, or whatever you like in terms of length. So we have a rope, one golf ball, the rope, which is not like a rubber, it's very, very stiff, and this is exactly 5 feet from each other, and the rope goes a little bit longer, and there's another golf ball, and I'll explain in a second what the third one is exactly. So if we have here 5 foot by 5 foot, and we want to have here a rectangle or a 90-degree angle, then we have to have this length here between these 2 points. You remember that this cube or that square here and that square equals that square in area. That is a square, not that. So this means we have to take 5 times 5, 5 times 5. That means 25 plus 25 equals 50. And then we have to take from that the square root, and this is then exactly this length here. So we all know already 7 by 7 is 49, so it must be something like that. And the real number is 7.07106781 and so on, endless. So I would go here just with 707 foot or whatever you like in terms of measurement. And now you have to go from the first one and measure here exactly 7.7, maybe 1 foot from here. That goes in meters, centimeter, whatever you like. You know the Pythagoras in German. And so you get here already the idea. The square root of 50 is this length. And how to do this now? So, okay, I put one metal shim or washer here, and I can measure the distance to the next one somewhere in space because I put one golf ball here, and then I can draw something like this with the next golf ball because the rope gives me something that works with me. So I decide maybe it's here exactly. So the next point is then of course somewhere here. Let's say it's roughly here. I can see this already. So I take my golf ball that is here. Maybe I put a stone on it so I can pull on the rope, and then I can draw here something like this, or I can just move it around. And now comes maybe another rope here where I draw or paint exactly this. You also could use chalk when it is a street. And then I take here my 7.071 length, the two end points of my rope, place one here, put a stone on it so I can pull on the rope, and then I take my rope and make a circle line here as well. And where they cross, I have here already my two sides 5 by 5, and exactly here is a 90-degree angle between. So I can do this again. I go from here, and then my 5 foot long, create something like this. Again, I can draw this, or I can put stones or whatever to it, and I do this from this position here as well. I could go also here with my 7 something long here again, and exactly in this point I get my fourth point to create a square. And that is exactly sorry, and that is exactly here this square. So now if everything is completely flat, I can place one golf ball here, go up, go up, go up, go up, and shoot each time an image, and then I can connect these points if I like to and get my 5 foot cube, which equals roughly 1.50 meters. That's a huge cube, and it fits right into the pocket. So here from the scratch again, I take a camera, I take my camera calibrator, and I go to image, I load my 5-inch cube here, 5-inch cube with all the pictures here, nicely blended into each other, and everything is fine, 100%, calibrate, add grid, and I only have to do this here, and I know it is not really precise. I have done this before because I was not paying attention on the last one. Should have done it again, but I want to show you the method, and I think we get here something already. So I take here the y-axis, this should be the x, take a new grid, combine this here, should be on the other point. So I place this here where I place the red point, put this there, put this here, and green, and here should be the blue one. There we go. And I get here something like 27. It's not super precise here at the moment. I think you get the idea how to do all of that. And of course the beauty is I know the y lengths here. And so I can put here in 5 times 12 times 2.45. So I have centimeters in it. And this is 1 meter and 52 centimeter 4 millimeters. And of course, the pin goes then here as well on the front. And I say, here is my 0 point. Everything is fine. And I can place then here my cube into it. This is the vanishing point here, by the way, for the blue one. Let's try this, of course, with a cube. And as usual, now I know even my size, 152.4. Copy, paste, and paste. So, and here for the coordinates, I need here the same, but always half. So divided by 2. And I need maybe to put some dashes into it. Copy and paste, paste. And what I have forgotten, I need, of course, a camera tag. So I have a camera mapping tag here. Go to the camera and you can see here it worked not so badly. Consider that you had no idea how to go in the green, maybe with something. I think that worked nicely here. And again, I love to use the front. And from there I can go now and measure the whole garden, especially the floor. So when I take here a plane into it, take a look here to the side. This was my 0, 0. I had a little bit wiggle room where the plastic forks are. Place this underneath. And I should get here some projection. When I flip this to Y negative, because I have placed it to only front side, and I can make that bigger and bigger. Look through the camera again. Now the floor is here, and I want to show you that, of course, as well from this side here. Okay, thanks for listening. Have fun with it. Bye bye.